How's it going, guys? This is Jacob with H.I.T. This is part 2 of chest and back. I'm showing you the routine I'm working off of here on that little notepad. So part 1 was the chest portion of the chest and back exercise, and I did a superset of pectoral flies followed by a set of incline bench press, and if you watch that video, you've seen it. I failed completely on the set of incline bench press. Didn't even get one rep out, which is not what I wanted to happen, but I'll adjust the next time I do this workout. Now this will be the back portion. So I'll do a set of dumbbell pullovers superset with a set of barbell rows. Each set will be 6 to 10 reps to failure. Then I'll take a rest and let my cardiovascular system catch up, and then I'll do a set of deadlift 6 to 10 reps to failure is the idea here. So right now I'm just racking the weights from when I did incline bench press. So each set or each exercise is 1 rep. And as I mentioned in the description of my first video, that's part 1 of this 2-part series, is I'm using a editing app, and I'm very new to all this, so at the end of the video the audio gets cut off from what I was wanting to say at the end of the video, which was that the second video would be this back portion. So now I'm gonna load up the bar with 100 pounds, and so this will be and I'm showing you there's 25-pound bumper plate I'm putting on either side with 45-pound bar, which comes out to 95 pounds, not 100. So glad I watched this video over so I could adjust on my paper. But so I'm just getting the bar set up for when I go to do my barbell rows immediately after the set of dumbbell pullovers, which I'm gonna do here just directly when I get things straightened out. I'm still trying to feel my way around, and as I mentioned in the previous video, I'm on my boat that I work on, so I've only been on for 1 day when I made this video, so I'm still trying to get my sea legs here. And right now I'm reviewing on how to do barbell rows, which I've done them before, but I just like to get better grasp on the intricacies of the technique. And what I was looking for there is whether my back needs to be parallel to the floor according to Mike Menser or not. And according to the book, yes, you want your back parallel to the floor. And as you'll see a little bit later on in the video when I get to the barbell rows, start back parallel to the floor and then raise the bar up off the floor without lifting your back, which that was kind of odd for a second, and then I figured out kind of what was trying to be conveyed there, which will make sense here in a few more minutes. Right now I'm trying to figure out how I want to do these dumbbell pullovers in a way that I can keep it in the shot of the camera. So right there I'm getting a rep barbell rows in to get a feel for that, and I should have been able to look at that without doing it right there to see that that bench wasn't going to fit over that bar, but not the smartest guy in the world, so just kind of adapt as I go along. But so I got 55 pounds loaded up on the Bowflex 1090, which I love these dumbbells. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my set of 6 to 10 on the dumbbell pullovers. I really wish I would have got a different angle of this, but over time I'll learn and improve, so we'll just have to deal with what we got right here. So the idea here is down in a controlled manner, hold at the bottom, up in a controlled manner. So roughly 4 seconds down, 3 to 4 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, and then up 3 to 4 seconds. Go to at least positive failure. That's with every exercise in high intensity is go to at least positive failure. Now there's a few exercises where that won't pertain to it, but for the most part you want to go to at least positive failure for the majority of exercises. Now as with the chest portion of part 1 of this video, the pectoral flies were an isolation exercise immediately followed by a set of incline bench press, which was a compound exercise. The idea here is these dumbbell pullovers, which I just went to failure on. I'm going to move this bench out of the way so I can go immediately to the barbell rows, but the barbell rows will be a compound exercise. So isolation and then compound. Now I'm going to get my back parallel to the floor, get my grip about shoulder width, looking up to make sure the camera's in good shape. I'm going to start a rep, go down in a controlled manner, up, down in a controlled manner. Now what I was saying earlier about lifting the bar up off of the floor without moving the position of your back, you want to engage your traps, I think. That's what he was getting at. So you want to pull your traps back in order to get the bar up off the floor. Now in the book he says that on this exercise particularly, you can't hold it at the top, especially when you get up to heavier weight. It's physically impossible. So you just go up in a slow, controlled manner, not slow but controlled, and then go down in a controlled manner. So I got 6 reps in right there. There was 1 or 2 reps that were a little iffy. So now I'm going to let my cardiovascular system recover a little bit. Sweating pretty good there just from them 2 sets. And so it's going to take me a minute to get to the set of deadlifts, because like I said, I'm trying to give my cardiovascular system time to catch up while at the same time loading the bar up to get ready for a set of deadlifts. Now before we get to the deadlifts, what I wanted to say in the last video, but I didn't, so I'll go ahead and say it in this video before I get to the deadlift, because the deadlift I wanted to do 6 to 10 reps to failure, and I'm going to fail after the second rep, and which you'll see later on in the video. I'm very frustrated about it, because when I was home, when I was off the boat, I did 275 pounds for I think 7 reps. So I should have seen a progression in reps. If I did 275, I had adequate rest. I should have had an increase in reps at least. Well, after I thought about it, when I failed the 165 I didn't even get 1 rep on the incline press, and when I do the 275 and I fail on the third rep, that's obviously not an increase in reps. So I had to kind of sit back and think about, well, why would that be? I think that at the making of this video, I was on the boat for a little over 24 hours. So the day before I get on the boat, Tuesday, I don't get any sleep. I might have got an hour of sleep or 2 hours, and then had to travel to get down to where what they call my home port is, where I park my vehicle, and then I get picked up by a crew van along with the rest of my crew to get brought to my boat. Well, I don't hardly get any rest that day, traveling in the crew van to the boat. And then when I got on the boat, had a drug man get on, and he tested us, P-tested us, and the guy ended up getting off that night, so we were short-handed. And so I didn't get much sleep that night. And then when I did finally get to go to sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning, I fell asleep about, I don't know, 5:45 to 6:10 or 6:15, and they woke me up because they needed me because we were short-handed. So at the making of this video, I think I might have had, in the course of 24 hours, or more like 48 hours, I might have had 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and so I was incredibly fatigued. And Mike talks about this in his book, that if you don't feel like you're going to perform on the day that you're set to work out, take another rest day. Well, I should have taken that advice, I think, because I didn't perform there as well as what I think I should have. I think I trained intensely enough, but I didn't have a progression in reps or weight, so I probably didn't stimulate the muscle growth process as much as I should have. So I've got some pre-workout coming, hopefully in a day or two. It's not like I can go to the store and get it, but even if I could, I wouldn't, because I ordered through Jocko Fuel, which I have pre-workout, but I left it at the house because I didn't think I was going to use it. But making these videos and really wanting to stick with the training now, I see that if I'm going to be lifting like this and then I might not feel 100%, then that'll cause me maybe to not want to lift at all. So I want to at least get some pre-workout, so that way I can go in there with a siege mentality, as Mike calls it. So now I'm just putting my belt on. I've never really had luck with these things. I don't know if I'm sure it's operator error, but they always want to slide up in the back on me. Maybe I just need to get a belt that tightens up a little tighter. So right there, it was sliding up in the back, so I'm going to set it down a little bit and then just really try to get a couple of more holes out of it there. And I feel something in my lower left quadrant of my stomach there, just from all the twisting and pulling on the belt, and so I'm hoping that goes away, which it did. It wasn't anything, wasn't no problem. All right, so I'm going to sit there a couple of seconds and make sure that pain goes away, which it did before I started to lift, so I didn't exacerbate the problem if it did arise. So I got some lifting straps coming too. There's the first rep. Second rep. The idea is you want to let your hands be hooks. That's all you want them to be. You want your arms to be completely straight when you do your lift, and don't want to do any rocking back and forth, especially at the top. There's no reason for it, but I just failed there on the third rep, and again as when I failed on the incline bench press. I didn't even get a rep. I'm incredibly frustrated because I know what I did when I was at home. So now all the things that I was just saying about being fatigued are running through my head and thinking that maybe I should have waited another day. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one before this one cuts out. Thank you for watching.